I'm Tammy Fremlin. Today I want to send my shout out to Tony Scheffler. He is a NFL football player and I'm hoping to interview him in the upcoming weeks. I want to introduce Tim Murphy. Tim Murphy gave us the opportunity to go into his dressing room this past summer while he was getting ready to portray Joan Rivers. We had a great time with Tim and we're just so thrilled he gave us the opportunity to see him get into costume.
Tell me about the transformation. How long does it take?
About an hour, hour and a half, depending on how many mistakes I make. Hour and a half I like to give myself.
Okay, now how long just for the makeup? Because I see it.
Well, that's pretty much an hour and a half.
Just
the eyebrows alone, as you can see, my eyebrows are blocked out right now, right?
Right.
Here's the trick of the trade. Drag queens use Yoo-hoo glue. Well, some people use mustache wax. I find it too heavy, too thick to work with. So
Okay.
Yoo-hoo glue, you just put it on, about 3 coats of Yoo-hoo glue, and in between you powder each coat. And that packs the eyebrows. This is why I have 2 fans going right now, Tammy, because with the heat and the humidity, the glue doesn't stay down unless it's under a certain temperature.
Right.
So anyway, about 3 coats of Yoo-hoo glue with powder in between, and that blocks out the eyebrows, and then you can draw on the eyebrows. And of course, Joan's, because my own eyebrows are way down here. Joan's, of course, after so many surgeries, come all the way up. You want to see that picture again? After so many surgeries, her eyebrows go almost to her temples, up to her scalp.
Now, what's it like to remove then?
You know, it's totally water soluble. So once I'm done, it just washes off with soap and water.
Now, okay, tell me your fitness routine. Because how do you stay in shape to fit into the gowns?
Well, you know, as a matter of fact, when I worked at Lacage in Toronto and down in the Caribbean, which was 5 years from about 1990 to about 1996, I was a lot lighter than I am now. I was about 138, 135 pounds. And I wore these beaded gowns that I bought down there. I don't fit any of them anymore. I'm up to about 155. Well, because now I'm working out as a man. And
well, now you're living in your hometown.
I'm living in my hometown. Exactly. I'm not on the beach every day, and I'm not eating hotel food. Anyway, so now my weight is up, but I look better walking down the beach in a bathing suit as a man now than I used to. But I do have to wear stretchier gowns than I used to wear. So
where do you find your gowns?
You know what? There are great sales down Hialeah, Florida. Ocalaca, Florida. There's a great, it's basically like the world's largest flea market. And they have seconds. So a lot of the gowns that have flaws on them that are designer labels that can't be sold at the regular prices are sold for like a fraction of the price. So a gown that might sell for $3,000 you can buy there for $800.
Oh, you're kidding.
At Puerto Rico also, when I was working in Puerto Rico, I stockpiled a lot. But as I say, most of the gowns that I had, I don't fit anymore. And the other thing is the gowns that you buy, if you don't have them specially made for stage, a lot of those beaded gowns are built on silk, right?
Right.
Doesn't wear well after you perspire in it and sweat in it, and especially working down in the Caribbean with those temperatures. So a lot of them, just the pits rotted out and whatever, they stretch. And so I only have a modest collection now compared to what I used to have.
Now, what about your wig?
The wigs are quite expensive, and Joan, I wish she quit changing her hairstyles.
I know,
Every time
absolutely.
she changes her hairstyle, I have to buy a new wig. And the wigs will cost me anywhere from 175 to 300 US, depending on where I get it.
Now, where do you find them?
Raquel Welch has a good line of wigs.
But
I go
so does
online.
People, look, who's on this side? Children, I gotta watch my language. Okay. Oh. How are the models hanging up here? I have a question. What is this? It's a barn. Who the hell are you guys? Trust you? Have you washed your hands with swine fluid everywhere? Come on.
The makeup process really has developed over the years. When I started, I was first taught how to do my makeup as Joan by the man who does makeup and hair for I think it was the Vancouver Opera.
Okay.
And anyway, it was all water-based, and he basically gave me a map of a face and showed me. Yeah, thanks, Anthony. And showed me how to paint and contour.
That's amazing.
And then when I started to work at Lacage, they don't work with paint; they work all with powders. And of course, the makeup of preference is MAC.
Mac, of course.
Yes. And so anyway, one of the guys there who now has quite a great career as a female impersonator in the States, his name is Chris Peterson, he took me under his wing because even though I was becoming the star of the show as Joan Rivers and he was in the ensemble, his philosophy was the show is only as good as its weakest link. And at that point, because I had the least experience with doing makeup and drag, he figured I was the weakest link. So, and he was an amazing artist when it came to painting faces. So he took me in and showed me some tricks, and he helped me find all the right brushes and all the right shades, and then he basically taught me how to repaint my face to be Joan Rivers.